Discovering the essence of the United Kingdom entails immersing oneself in its vibrant tapestry of history, culture, and architectural wonders. While the allure of the UK extends far beyond its capital, London, embarking on a journey through this storied nation often begins with a sojourn in its bustling heart. From the ancient Roman roots of the City of London to the regal splendor of Buckingham Palace, London offers an inexhaustible array of attractions that captivate the imagination. Meanwhile, the enchanting city of Edinburgh beckons with its well-preserved historic buildings, crowned by the majestic Edinburgh Castle overlooking the Old City. Join us as we delve into the treasures of London and Edinburgh, embarking on a voyage through time and tradition in two of the UK's most iconic cities. London. While it's possible to plan a trip to the UK without actually visiting London, it's certainly not a recommendation I'd make. I typically begin my UK visits by spending a few days in the nation's sprawling capital while getting over my jet lag before venturing out to my planned final destination or destinations. There are plenty of attractions to keep you busy. Want to learn more about the UK's rich history? You're literally spoiled for choice here, as London boasts more than 200 world-class museums and art galleries to explore. In the City of London, the heart of the old Roman city, you'll find evidence of pretty much every period in history ever since. Some of the top attractions in London are located here, including the Tower of London. Located beside the spectacular Tower Bridge on the banks of the River Thames, this former palace and prison includes highlights such as the iconic 1,000-year-old White Tower, with its fascinating displays of armor and weaponry, and the Jewel House, home to the crown jewels. I always make a return visit at sunrise or sunset to grab an iconic photo of the Tower of London framed by Tower Bridge. If you're a fan of Britain's royal family, you'll want to head to Buckingham Palace, London's royal home since Queen Victoria's reign. Here, you can enjoy the colorful pomp of the changing of the guard, or even take a tour of the palace's staterooms. Spaces are limited, so be sure to book in advance as they're only open for a few weeks each year. From here you can wander along the Thames to the city's Whitehall Road area. Here you'll find Big Ben and the Parliament buildings, as well as Westminster Abbey, the scene of many a royal wedding. Another area to visit in London is South Kensington, home to the city's best museums, including the Victoria and Albert Museum and the Natural History Museum, as well as the famous Harrods department store. Also check out Trafalgar Square, home to the iconic Nelson's Column and the National Portrait Gallery. And be sure to make the most of London's excellent transport system. Whether you go by bus or by underground, the system's now so good that you can simply use a debit or credit card to tap in and out as you go. It really is very easy, and once you've mastered that famous map of the city's tube network, you'll be traveling like a Londoner. Edinburgh. One of the UK's most attractive cities, the capital city of Edinburgh is also one of the UK's most visited destinations. Popular for its many well-preserved historic buildings, Edinburgh is perhaps best known as the home of the majestic Edinburgh Castle. Perched high above the Old City on a rocky promontory, this 13th-century royal fortress includes highlights such as the famous 1 o'clock salute, held daily at Half Moon Battery, as well as the Scottish crown jewels in the Royal Palace. Also worth seeing are the Scottish National War Memorial and the famous Stone of Destiny, the Stone of Scone, which only returned to Scotland after being held for 700 years in London. From the castle, I always find it easy to explore the other most important historic sites in the city. Follow your nose downhill from the castle to the Old Town via the famous Royal Mile, a delightful medieval cobbled street that's immensely fun to walk. Sure, there are plenty of the usual tacky tourist and souvenir shops, but skip these and look out for the area's fine old architecture, boutique shops, cafes, and restaurants, as well as trendy art galleries and studios. Edinburgh Old Town is also where you'll find the splendid old palace of Holyrood House. From here, I usually make my way to Princes Street and New Town before looping back around to the castle. This broad, more modern avenue was planned in the late 18th century and is extremely popular for its shopping and dining opportunities. It's also where you'll find attractions such as the Royal Botanical Garden and the National Gallery of Scotland.